It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, and it comes your way next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gunn, and we welcome you to week one of a new NFL season. And, partner, no waiting around for either of these teams. We are jumping right into the season with an AFC West rivalry game between the Chargers and the Raiders.
And so much attention on the AFC West as we head into this season. Both of these teams fought their way to winning records last year, and the division was tough then. Very similar teams, remember. Las Vegas snuck into the playoffs at 10-7. Los Angeles just left out at 9-8, and they had that winner-take-all game to finish it in Week 18 last year. We know that every win's going to be crucial, especially in this division. Let's get this one going. Partner, I know you're...
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway in Southern California. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to their quarterback, Derek Carr, to not only drive their offense, leading to career-high totals from the 8th-year passer and a nearly 5,000-yard season throwing the football, but also his leadership ability. He really grabbed that team and led them to the playoffs for the second time in his career while coming out one of the toughest divisions in football.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down. That's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. Flushed out right. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He's also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the 45 on 2nd down, Herbert, and that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Herbert on 1st down now. Open man is Palmer. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
First down catch there by Gerald Everett, who made the move to the Los Angeles Chargers, knowing that they enjoy utilizing their tight ends. Remember Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry? Everett hoping to be next in line at that position to give them big-time performances.
Running on first down, Eckler. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's Eckler again. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Well, fingers crossed here, first quarter of a new season, already an injury. Well, they attend to him, we'll step aside. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Eluding. Herbert has it knocked free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now Carr. Quickly a slant to Renfro. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly because of how far. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On second down, Jacobs. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Carr now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Carr delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. 2nd and 2. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. To throw his Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. And the Las Vegas first down.
We're scoreless after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Jacobs going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it was Hunter Renfro who capped things off with a touchdown reception. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Williams brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and given the 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Eckler is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Eckler again, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Stop short of the goal line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And this time he is in. Austin Eckler, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Here's 2nd and a yard. Carr going to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's going to try and go deep again, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening.
Herbert has it knocked free, and the Raiders pick it up. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Touchdown, Raiders! Josh Jacobs from 13 yards out, and the Raiders have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Chargers offense back onto the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Eckler now between the tackles. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle.
Carr's pass complete to Hunter Renfro. A 6-yard pickup. It's a 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Carr now to throw. complete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter.
He was taken down by Chandler Jones.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 41. Calling an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
on second down, Eckler. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
4 yards. And the Chargers.
Herbert now. And he's got it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Raiders.
Eckler, they run left side. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold it. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, to get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
After the sack on first down, Carr. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here comes Carter. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over first and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
Complete to Mike Williams. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Now it's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a first and 10. Now this one was tight end out on the right side.
To Gerald Everett. 4 yards on the pickup.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
And you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. It's Eckler again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
The 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. On the give, this is Eckler, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. On second down, Michel. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Chargers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carr going to throw. Able to find Waller. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it? A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On play action, now Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Holding, offense.
What's the deal, y'all?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. Out to the left, that's where the tight end Moreau is. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. Anthony Averett picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Carlson able to put this one through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
The last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good pickup there, 21 yards. To the air again, Herbert. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Raiders. They can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Las Vegas, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal.